Only you can do it. Set up for success. That's our lesson for today as we prepare for the next 30-day Get Up and Go challenge. During COVID, we're doing Get Up and Go challenges to help us to always know what to do. What do we do next, no matter what we're facing, no matter what our circumstances and situation is, and to guarantee that we're better off after any challenge, any obstacle, any failure, any setback, any accident, any change that happens. We know by following a process, by using a framework, by actually purposefully understanding the situation and how it impacts us, that we'll be better off. Guaranteed to be better off. Guaranteed to have better results after than before the challenge faces, and to be better off because of that challenge. What does only you can do it mean? Today's a pretty auspicious day for me. It happens to be Labor Day in America, but that's not why it's auspicious. This is actually the exact 10th anniversary of my sudden cardiac arrest. 10 years ago today, exactly today, actually about 8 o'clock at night, maybe a little after 8:30, I actually had a sudden cardiac arrest and died. And luckily, I didn't stick. I'm here talking to you today because I was frozen and jump started, and the person at the place I went down and had my sudden cardiac arrest, fortunately for me, knew CPR. And so everything fell into place exactly so that I could still be here talking to you today. And I am so eternally grateful for that. Every day for the last 10 years, I have woken up and just been grateful to wake up. I've been on a journey over the last 10 years to massively, drastically change the life that I was living, because the life that I was living, although it looked awesome from the outside, felt really, really bad to me on the inside. And that is part of what led up to the physical event of my body just immediately shutting down and me almost not being here anymore. So the biggest lesson I learned over the last 10 years coming out of that particular event was that it's absolutely imperative that you be you and that I be me. Up to that point, I was living my life, but I was only living a little tiny part of my life. I was showing up mostly how other people expected me to show up. I was doing the things that other people expect me to do. And some of them I expected of myself because I had been conditioned to expect them of myself. But the vast majority of it, a whole lot of it, the greater percentage of it, were things I was doing because I thought I should do them, not because I loved what I was doing. I wanted to be doing it. I felt like I was on purpose, on a mission to be doing what I'm here on the planet for. And that led me to understand that only I, just like only you, can do it. And it is, of course, different for each and every one of us. We're all here for our own purpose, our own reason. We're all living for the reasons that we're here to live. We're having this life experience because of whatever it is that we're here to do or serve or be or become. Maybe it's we're just here to develop and be the best possible version of ourselves. That is a very noble and awesome mission, right? You're born, you learn, you grow, you develop, you make choices along the way that feel right to you, and that's your purpose, because being yourself, being who you really are, gives everybody else around you permission to be themselves as well. And I didn't realize that for a long, long time, up to and including the sudden cardiac arrest, and it wasn't until after that and the studying and the searching and the trying to understand what the heck had happened to me that I discovered some of these things. But one of the biggest things I discovered is the greatest gift that you have for the world is to be who you are. Be who you really are. How do you know? How do you know who you really are? I think as human beings, we make everything so complicated and so convoluted. And the truth is, it doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be that hard. If we simply ask ourselves, how does this make me feel? If it makes me feel good, that means it's for me and I'm moving in the right direction. If it makes me feel bad or icky or off or in any way negative, that isn't for me. So that decision, that choice, that thing that I'm thinking about doing, I know that that's the wrong thing for me. Now, wish I would have known that, 40 years ago, would have made my life a whole lot simpler. But I didn't. It took a whole lot of lessons, a whole lot of running into walls, banging my head against a tree to figure out what was right for me. And in my case, it took me absolutely positively having to have a dead stop in my life, literally a dead stop, before I woke up and realized that I always had the power inside of me all along to change how my life was going, changed the direction of my life. Now, was it hard? Yes. Did I have to go through and make a lot of difficult choices and decisions? Yes. But guess what? Those tough decisions, those choices, for example, I got divorced, right? I left my long-term relationship and chose to get divorced. Was that an easy decision? No, it was really painful. But in the midst of all the painfulness and all the loss and the giving up and the letting go of things, it felt right. It didn't feel awesome, but it always felt like it was the right thing to do. And so that's how I knew it was for me. I let go of certain businesses and stopped being involved in different type of businesses and industries. And I can say that I missed them a little because I missed the activity associated with them, but I had this huge, overwhelming sense of relief when I stopped doing and stopped being involved in certain types of businesses and industries that my ex-husband and I had been involved in. And that's how I knew it was the right thing for me. And so I think our lesson today is to realize, number one, how much power you have inside you, and that everything you need is already inside you, but that only you can choose and decide and know what's right for you. The people that love us and care about us the most, the people closest to us, they know us, but they only know a fraction of us. They don't know how we feel inside or how things make us feel. Only you can do that. Only I know how I feel inside. And we're all different. What beauty, I love the saying, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, because it's a great example of we define and decide and choose everything. You decide what beauty and what's beautiful to you. It could be totally different than what's beautiful to me. You know, it applies to everything, how we define words, and it's up to you. You define and choose and create your own reality. I used to have this argument with my ex-husband a lot about reality. He'd say, well, that's just reality. That's just the way it is, which to me irritated the living daylights out of me, because reality is how you see things. Well, each of us see things differently based on the experiences that we've had up to the point that we're looking at something. We can both look at this same magnifying glass and see totally different things. You might be like, meh, magnifying glass, who cares? Me, this is my lifeline right now for a lot of things, and it allows me to function in ways that I couldn't function at all if I didn't have that silly little tool, that little magnifying glass. So to me, a magnifying glass is an awesome tool and a lifeline, and to you, you might be like, hey, my vision's 2020, I'm doing awesome. I don't need a magnifying glass to see anything or do anything. More power to you, but that's the power of this lesson today. Only you can do it. Only you can decide what you want to do, what's important to you, what your priorities are. And those are yours. Those are your gifts to the world. You being you is the most important thing. It is your purpose here on the planet. And to always be becoming a better version of yourself, meaning moving toward the things that make you feel good and away from the things that make you feel bad. If somebody or something makes you feel bad, it's for a reason. It's because they're not for you. Oh my God, I wish I'd learned that lesson in my 20s too, or in my teens. That would have been so helpful in knowing who to pick to be my friends, who to align and who to associate myself with. Oh, could have saved a whole lot of pain, agony, heartache, and drama and trauma if I had just known that. So today our lesson is only you can do it. Only you can choose what's right for you. Only you can decide what you want. Only you can choose what everything means to you. It's what's important is, what does it mean to you? It doesn't matter what it means to me. I happen to love coffee. You might hate coffee. I don't care that you hate coffee, and you shouldn't care that I love coffee. It's what works for me and what works for you. That's it. Go out, have an absolutely amazing day. Join us on October 1st through 31st for the next Get Up and Go free 30-day challenge. If you are looking for a way and a process to guarantee that you get better results after any change that you face in your life. Anybody going to face changes in their life? All of us? Of course we are. All right, have an absolutely awesome day. I'm going to go celebrate my death day, because my death day is now my favorite day of the year to celebrate. My daughter reminded me yesterday, the reason I like it better than my birthday, I was saying I like it better than my birthday. She's like, that's because you don't get a year older. Might have been my son-in-law that said that, but either way, they're absolutely right. It's true. It's a day I can celebrate for a lot of reasons, but also because I'm not a year older. All right, have a great day. I will, of course, be with you tomorrow with another setup for success, because I want to make sure that you're finding things and finding ways, easy everyday ways, to ensure and guarantee that you're going to be successful and that you can get what you want. All right, catch you tomorrow.